Hello and welcome to Stampin' on the Hill. I'm Deb Kais. I have been doing for about a year now. I have been trying to bring one video per week. And if you've noticed a pattern, if you follow along and you've noticed a pattern, I usually do something about, I had named it Stampin' 101. And now we're going to go into a little bit more depth now that the basics are out of the way. But anyway, those are usually the first week of the month. And then the second week of the month, I've been doing a sketch where I'll show you, I build a sketch and then I show you some of the projects that I've made with the sketch and challenge you to then make something with the sketch with the products you have on hand. And then the third week of the month, I've been doing a Way Back Wednesday. Those have been kind of fun because I usually try to go back through the archives of the things that I've created and then try to create it something similar, at least with more current products. So, and there's 4 weeks in the month. So I've been struggling with what can I do that fourth week that's kind of consistent, because I like consistency. Maybe you don't, but I like consistency. I like to, have a plan. So one of my co-demonstrators, she suggested maybe doing fun folds. And I thought, oh, I could do that. I hadn't thought about it before. So anyway, today I have for you a fun fold, the very first. And I'm going to, let me just show you. I'm going to put this down to my hands a second and show you if it goes. There we go. All right. So this is just a piece of crumb cake. And I make templates. So this was my template. I pulled it out of a folder that I have of fun fold templates. And this is 8.5 by 5.5. And then it's scored at 1 1/4 and at 4 1/4. So your typical is, scoring it at 4 1/4 so that it folds in half anyway. This just basic little fun fold is just taking that 1 1/4 inch and folding it backward. So this is the template. Okay. And I just keep this separate. This is a great, making templates like this for yourself is a great way to, I usually use retired cardstock for stuff like this, or usually retired cardstock. But I, but I keep it in a folder, file folder, so that I can refer back to it. So if I'm looking for some new idea, I just think, oh, let's see, what inspires me. So this is this came out of my stash. So let's move that out of the side. So I've done a lot of, because it's a fun fold, I wasn't going to try to do all of the stamping in front of you. So I have, this is Pretty in Pink. And again, I gave you the dimensions already, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 1 1/4 and 4 1/4. So this is going to be like this. And of course you have to use your bone folder and make sure those creases are nice and crisp as much as you can. Then I'm going to use, I'm using the DSP that's called Unbounded Beauty. This is a whole bunch of layers because I keep mine in the package that it comes in, and I keep all the full 12 by 12 sheets are there in the back, and then all of the what are considered scraps, because I've cut those 12 by 12s down some, I just stick those in the front, and then I can kind of look and see if I'm looking for just a little piece of DSP. I can kind of look and see what I have available. And again, I mention this quite often, but the colors that are used in the DSP is how you can help choose the colors of your inks and cardstocks that you're going to use. So I have used, so we have 2 pieces, that's the cardstock. We have 2 pieces of DSP that are similar, and these are 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I've got a piece of white cardstock that I ended up stamping already on, which is the same size, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then I have 2 1-inch strips that are 5 1/4 as well. So all we're going to do is glue. And like I said, I try to do some of the assembly or whatever I can ahead of time, So it helps to keep the videos a little bit shorter. But because who wants to waste hours and hours and hours listening to a video? So this is going to get glued. If you, I'll hold it up and show you in a minute. I've got it where I'm trying to put the same size border around all four sides. Can you see that? And then we're going to put one of these on this side. And you can use either side. You can use both sides if you want, but I chose to use this lighter colored flower pattern. And again, I'm looking for my borders around here. Let me move this up here. I keep pulling it back toward me because the camera gets in my way. But so then that's how that one's going to go. Then I'm going to put this other one right here on this side, but I want to make sure that I'm leaving that same gap. So let's stick this down. You can use, this is what I was doing when I was making these. I was kind of using this line of the first one I put down to kind of line up the rest of them so that they look straight. And now this one is going to go on the inside. I could use this side of it. That would look fine too when you open it like this, but I'm going to use this side. So we'll glue on the green side. And put that one down. Again, I'm using this line up here to kind of line this up, and then I'm trying to make it about evenly centered between these two score lines. And then this piece is going to be the piece that you can write your message on. And I'll show you the stamping that I did. Again, I'm lining this up with, look, it could go up a little bit. This one doesn't have a fold, but I'm trying to, so that this piece should be covered when you fold it like that. So some people like to glue this down so it doesn't flap around. I kind of like to be able to open it like this. So let me show you the rest of this, what I did. I used the Flowers of Beauty, and then I used Pretty in Pink. And to do the little flowers, I used the outline of it's a two-step stamping stamp set. But so I used the outline, and I used Full Strength Pretty in Pink for that. And then for the inside portion, I don't know if you can even tell that it's colored because it's so light. But for the inside portion, I used Pretty in Pink again, but I stamped it off before I stamped it. And I like to do my outlines first. There's not a right way. You can do it whatever way you like, but I like to do my outlines first. And then for the bigger flower, I used Pretty in Pink for the inside, but the outlines is actually Petunia Pop, which is one of the new in colors. And then the leaves are, the inside is Shy Shamrock, and then the outlines are Pretty Peacock. So, and this is a deckled circle. And so I stamped right onto the circle, and then I stamped and cut out the big flower with the leaves. And then we're just gonna, there's a trick to this too, I'll show you. Figure out how you want this. You want it looking like this? I think I want it looking more like this. So what I'm going to do, now that I have it where I want it, I only want to glue it to this one flap right here. So I'm going to give it a flip like this, and I'm going to put my glue only right here where I can kind of see it, where it's going. And then I'm going to flip it right back over and press it down. And then, oh, I forgot to mention, the leaves I glued right down, even though they're cut out, I glued to the circle, and the big flower is actually on dimensionals. So now that this is our card, right? So that's kind of fun. Yeah, that's fun. Let me set this one aside, and I'm going to show you, I made a couple of different other examples with some different stamp sets. I used have to pull my cheat sheets off of here so I can remember what I used. So in this one, I used the stamp set is from Layering Leaves, and all I used was the greeting and the little polka dots. There's like little splatters, and then there's some little flowers in that stamp set as well. So, and I didn't add more to the top of this either. The DSP that I used is the Subtles. So you get all of the 10 colors in a package of like a color group, and it's just 6x6. So I used Highland Heather and Balmy Blue. And then for the greeting, the cutout for the greeting, I used deckled rectangles instead. So I have Petal Pink splatter and Highland Heather ink for the sending hugs. And then that's how that one goes. Let's set that one over here. And then I got this new stamp set. It's called Pets and More. And it's one of those reversibles stamp sets. Let me pull this up so you can see it. So the copper, I used copper clay for this, and I stamped it off first, which is why it's a little bit lighter. And the friend is actually from the Unbounded Love stamp set, but it's in full strength copper clay. So I stamped it in copper clay with the detail of the animal, and then I flipped the actual stamp over on the block and used like the blob side of it to then color in the animal. So if you saw my my video from Tom's birthday, we made a card from Daisy for Tom for his birthday, and it's the same stamp set, so it works the same way. So anyway, this one has I used Cajun Craze as my card base, and this is the Blueberry Bushel. This is from the Regals, same thing as this. So I used the color group DSP. And I did this intentionally to show you the DSP because it's 6x6, but I'm trying to remember what's on the back of what now. I think the back of the stripes is the leaves, like these leaves. So on the back of this Highland Heather, you would find stripes. And then on the back of these polka dots that are on here, then you find this pattern here. So you're getting 4 different patterns on 10 colors. So you get 2 sheets of each of the patterns. Yes, I said that right. Okay. So this is the Old Olive portion. This is the Blueberry Bushel portion. We put it on, I used copper clay, and then that's the inside. I didn't put anything. The Pets and More doesn't have a lot of accessories to go with it, you know, kind of like little extra flowers and stuff. So I left that one blank. Maybe I'll add something in later, but I left it blank for now. Anyway, I think it is really warm here in July in Michigan, but hopefully you are inspired, and I'm hoping you're going to like these fun fold weeks, the 4th week of every month, and we'll see how that goes. But again, please comment, and until next time, thanks for watching.